Hi, I'm Kaylee Haynes, and I did my project on age versus length of relationships. The first thing that I had to do was actually survey people that I know that have been in relationships or are in one to get my scatterplot points that go on my data set. All the ages are of people I know and the ages that they are or were during the relationship and the length of the relationship that they have or haven't had or had. My y-axis is the length of the relationship month-wise, and my x-axis is the age of the people I surveyed. The 2 points I picked were 16, 36, and 15 and 2. The first thing that I did after I picked my 2 points was do the change over y over change in x of both points. So I did 16 minus 15, which are both y's in the points, and then 36 and 2, which are both the x's in the points. And that got me to 134. Next, I have to put my slope that I got, which is 134, and put it in the equation y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. After I put both of my points down and I get my slope, I pick whatever point that I picked that I want, and I picked 1636. So I plug the 36 into where it's y1 and 16 where it's x1. That brings me to y minus 36 equals 134th x minus 16. I then have to distribute my slope to the x and the 16 that are in the parentheses, and that brings me to y minus 36 equals 134th x minus 3.2. Then I have to add 36 to both sides, so that gives me to y equals 134th x plus 39.2. That ends up being my prediction equation, which I will later plug in any point or any age that I want to figure out into where the x is. After I plug in my numbers to my prediction equation, I then choose an age that I want to put into my prediction equation to get a prediction. So I plugged in 30 since it wasn't on my graph, and I put it in place of the x. After I did that, I got y equals 134th, and then I put the 30 where the x was, plus 39.2. I then have to distribute the 134th to the 30th, and I get y equals 0.6 plus 39.2. That brings me to 39.8, which doesn't really make sense because months don't go by points. So my prediction is a 30-year-old will be in a relationship for 39.8 months, but you should round up since it's months and you get 40 months exactly. 40 months is my answer to my prediction equation, and that is where my graph got me. I chose this topic because I find it interesting of all the kids that I know or teenagers that I know that are in relationships and how different the lengths of their relationships last. I ended up having one outlier or two in my scatter plot, which can happen because not everybody has the same length relationship, and a very young teenager had a very long relationship. The hardest part of my project was definitely finding people that were in relationships and surveying them and putting it all on the scatter plot.